One of the things that I really strive for in my practice is to create a concept which is the reason for doing everything. And the concept comes from a study of the home. The benefit of establishing this concept is that all of the questions that come up as you're progressing through all these phases, you can go back to the concept and say, this is why we were doing everything, so let's let this guide all of these little tiny decisions along the way. The first thing we noticed during the site analysis phase is there was a giant funnel effect between the public space on the inside and the entertainment public space on the outside. It became really obvious that this had to be a major goal of the project to relieve that funnel effect so guests could flow easily from the inside to the outside. To create this interior-exterior space, some of the decisions we made along the process of the design were to use the material of wood to draw people from the front door up the stairway and to this exterior roof deck. But we were very careful not to create the typical developer wood exterior that you see all over San Diego. One way that we designed the wood cladding to be more unique is we installed it on a diagonal, which creates a sense of dynamic movement through the space. And then we actually incorporated an interior wood element over the kitchen. So we really tried to unify the interior and exterior space and create a sense of gathering under the material of wood. Another really cool component of this project is the staircase is designed with the treads and the risers being cork. The cork stairs were really cool because they provide a little bit of cushion under your feet, but in addition, it continued with the wood concept, drawing people up the stairs. And the one thing you'll notice about the stairs is there's some vertical wood beams that span all the way from the ground floor to the ceiling on the second floor. And this is both a screen wall and it's also structural backing for the glass railing that we installed. And to do that required a little bit of structural coordination between the structural engineer, the contractor, and myself. So when you have a series of vertical wood beams, the tendency is the beams are going to want to buckle. So what we did was we created a tie rod at a height above eye level, and it ties all of these beams together in a really elegant way. One of the goals was to bring the homeowner's guests up to the second floor exterior deck. This exterior deck has a peekaboo view of the ocean. So the client was really insistent that this is where he likes to entertain guests, and it's really a perfect space for that. And that exterior deck is covered by this wood trellis. Exterior space is very enticing in San Diego, but it's almost worthless if it's not in the shade. So the trellis actually creates some nice shade and again create a sense of gathering under the material of wood. The landscape design on this particular project is perfectly integrated with the architecture. And the way we achieved that is not only having a great landscape designer, but I took the conceptual points and I passed those over to the landscape designer before he started the design. So he was able to dovetail in with my original schematic ideas. It was really nice to see that they had incorporated some of the same diagonal wood components that I had designed throughout the rest of the exterior of the home. So when you're sitting out by the pool, there's a unification of the design through this wood component. Any good project requires a good architect, a good contractor, and a good client. And without those three people in place, it's very difficult to have a successful project. I worked with a structural engineer who I always work with. I work with Milan from MMD Construction, and I also work with Danae Neto from Neto Design. You can bring the interior designer into the design phase and have them start planning as the space is starting to develop. On this particular project, I passed the concept points off to Danae, and Danae was able to take those and run with them and incorporate everything that I had planned originally into the interior design. For example, the staircase, which has a really intricate wood detail, Danae has designed this hanging chandelier that complements the vertical wood post. So we really had a great project team in place, and we were able to coordinate everything with the client and just really pull all these different trades together to create a successful project.